Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of whatever this is. This is pretty much an anime appreciation stream that I'd like to call For the Love of Anime. I'm your host, Darth Haster, and with us tonight we have Chris. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. And we also have Alucard.
Yes,
Alucard Brandon.
thank you.
What's up?
Well, I was just admiring that most excellent of intros. It makes me want to do this.
Nice. Nice laugh. Yeah.
Awesome.
That fits just right. And we also have Raquel SSG. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I've noticed something.
What?
We all like anime.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we do.
And if anyone doesn't know, SSG stands for Super Saiyan Girl. That was my original
I actually knew that.
code name that I went by.
Ah, Dragon Ball Z fan.
Mm-hmm.
I am too.
Nice. Dragon Ball Z.
See, that's one that I never got into, and I know I should be bitch slapped for it. But you know what? Just like with One Piece, it's too damn long.
Well,
I have a
Piece.
tough time.
Unless
As
you
much as I
start-
love getting into things, these longer series are just so daunting at times.
Exactly. One Piece, unless you started like when it first started, you're just whew.
To date myself a little bit, just a tiny little bit,
Just a tiny bit.
just a tiny bit. That started the year I graduated from high school.
Wow.
Just a little
Okay.
bit.
Just a little bit. Oh. There was a. I'm gonna probably go around. Let's see. What actually got you guys started, like, in anime, if I might ask? And we'll start with Raquel.
Oh, let's see. I think I got started with an old anime show. At the time, I didn't know it was anime. I thought it was just a regular cartoon. But it is Ronin Warriors that really got me started with anime.
Ronin Warriors. Wow. I like Ronin Warriors. That was like very period PC kind of, wasn't that like feudal Japan type
Mm-hmm.
Sentai almost?
Definitely got some age to it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But you know what? Even for the time frame it's from, it is so good looking. There's
Yeah, it
something
was.
to be said about the anime from the 80s. Now, the 70s, they had things like Gotcha Man and Speed Racer. Speed Racer was a 60s, 70s. We had all those. But it was the 80s that really kicked everything to high gear. That's a good one.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe the 90s with the up and coming of Neon Genesis Evangelion. But
Yeah, that's not till 95.
yeah, but that's when it really pushed it hard into the mainstream.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see
it
let's see what
did
we
push
got
it.
here. We've got just another red we missed. And wait, Raquel SSG, do my eyes deceive me? Never
No,
mind.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because John, yeah, I love doing that. That's funny. Okay, back to it. Let's see. What brought you in? Kenshiro Brandon.
Ah, you noticed the name change. Kenshiro!
Yeah.
Here,
I
let
did.
me do this real quick because this is how people know me. So I will actually reveal myself a little bit more.
Ah, it's Golgum 13, everybody. That's a good movie,
Yes.
too.
All right. To be a little serious here for just a moment. The animes that I got into, you have to understand the time frame. I gave away my age a bit. Graduated in 99. A lot of the shows were available at Hollywood Video, and I could rent from Hollywood Video. And where I lived, there were several other places that carried them. And some of the times they didn't know exactly what they were carrying or just how graphically violent they were. But the shows that I remember most, the ones that really hit home for me, was Golgo 13 the Professional, the show that your dad's porn stash collection was under the bed. Vampire Hunter D, which is my man here, Mr. Alucard. No, he's not Alucard. Damn it. See, now I'm getting all
No.
confused in the brain. That's what age does to me. This is
No,
D.
that's D.
That's D.
Vampire
And then-
yeah, that's mine. Mine was Vampire Hunter D. Like I didn't
And
even
then
know that
Fist
was
of the North Star.
I didn't know I was watching anime until like I watched that. Like I watched animes before and didn't realize they were animes. I just thought they were all cartoons. I didn't know there was actually a distinction because I was so young.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until Vampire Hunter D until that
Yes.
I like woke up and realized I'm
Yep.
watching anime.
Fist of the North Star was the first extreme, over the top, ultra violent, macho, machismo, just everything from the 80s that made the 80s the 80s. The over the topness, the toxic masculinity. That's the show that hooked me, especially after the first time he barely punches the guy in the head and his head explodes and the blood goes all over the place and the kid's just going like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah. That was
That
that was
is
a good
what
one.
hooked me. I don't know what that says about me, but that's Okay, I'm good.
Okay. How about you, Anna Chris? What was your first anime?
Mine was Black Butler.
Black Butler. And funny thing about Black Butler, I think that's how you and I and actually even Butterflies, we all met for our love of Black Butler.
Yep.
Like my neighbor, I used to work for her our friend. I used to work for her dad, helping him fix bikes and stuff because he did that on like a little side job kind of thing, and
Yeah.
he had fun with it. So we yeah, I went it's a funny story. I went up to from the basement because that's where we fixed all the bikes. We fixed them all up in the basement. I went up to go get a out of the fridge, and I noticed his daughter's watching anime, and she's got friends over, and that's kind of how we met. Isn't that right?
Yep. Yep.
I thought I was remembering that right. Okay.
Well, now that I think about it, no. I think I actually met you at a birthday party.
What was it? A birthday party?
Yeah.
It was her birthday party, wasn't it?
Not butterflies, but
No, our friend. Yeah, we met through a mutual
yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
But that's how everybody came to know each other. It's basically, and we all realized we like Black Butler.
And you know what?
Not only
That's
that, I
good
like
that you have that.
Inuyasha.
It's good that you have that connection. The Let me just say this real quick. With where I live, most of my friends are all gone. They've all moved away, families, etc., etc. But you're lucky that you have somebody local or more local to be able to do that with, because the internet, or specifically YouTube, is the only outlet I have for being able to talk about this.
Yeah,
So cherish your
basically.
friendships in all forms.
Yeah, we don't have much of a forum outside of the interwebs to
Yeah.
actually talk about anime. Besides just bumping into each other locally, which was
Yeah.
very, and I mean very chance encounters. That was just happenstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the
And if I'm
feeling.
correct, Hester,
What? What, Chris?
if I'm correct, Hester, the mutual friend that we ended up meeting together with, she hated me in high school.
That is
If I'm correct.
no, no. She. I
No,
don't
it
think
was because
so.
of the boyfriend she was with.
That may have been true, but I don't think it stayed hate for too long.
No, until we met at Butterfly's birthday, and she knows that I like Inuyasha, and we ended up becoming friends.
Isn't it amazing how that goes?
Yes.
I know,
I
long
right?
as
noticed. I notice a
Yeah.
lot of people are mentioning Cowboy Bebop in the chat. Yes, I am a fan, but I'm sure a couple of maybe two are into Cowboy Bebop.
Well, I'll have. I've got. I have a list. I have several lists that I've kept of things that I have watched, haven't watched, things that I love, things that I'm woefully behind on, and just things in general. From the late 90s, there are several pinnacle shows that came out that forever altered the destiny of everything that comes later from the 2000s on up. Cowboy Bebop is one of them. And there are reasons for that. But that's something that we can dive into if you wish. But I just wanted to throw that out. Darth, are you there?
He's there. His mic.
Can you
is-
hear me?
Yeah, I
That's
can hear.
better.
Oh, that's
Okay,
better.
by all means, we've got the time. I usually
Well-
go for about 2 hours anyway, so go ahead.
Well, here's the deal. As I said, I'm old enough to remember some of these things, and there are the shows specifically. Trigun, Berserk '97, Cowboy Bebop. Those three pretty much hold the archetype for most everything that came after that. And for a lot of series or shows that only have maybe just that one series or two seasons to tell a whole entire story arc or a whole entire manga arc. For example, Assassination Classroom. It's only 2 seasons long, but it is one of the funniest, one of the best written, and just overall fun shows that I've seen in a long time. Now, I know there's probably some out there that are like, wait a minute, that's in middle school. What's the deal with the middle schoolers or the high schoolers? Well, there are cultural reasons why a lot of these shows typically take place during those time frames. But the way that it's approached, the way that it's done, is very reminiscent of how things are done from those shows. Whether like with the original Berserk series from '97. If you haven't seen it, unfortunately it is harder to find. None of the standard streaming services have it, which is a shame, because it is vastly superior to that 3-movie thing that they did back about 10 years ago that's currently on Crapflix. Comparing the two, which was something else that I was going to do today but wasn't able to. There's just something about that traditional hand-drawn style that sets it apart and makes it that much better compared to a show that relies heavily on CGI and or doesn't try to cover up the CGI with cell shading. Now, there are some of the newer ones that they do a pretty good job with that, like Assassination Classroom. You can obviously tell. But with the 3-movie, the Golden Arc, or the Golden Age, or the Golden Arc, or whatever it's called, I tried to watch the first movie of it, and compare it to the original. Nope, not even close. The Berserk from '97 is superior in all ways to that 3-movie that they did. Now, I haven't watched the newer ones, but that's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, I like the 97 Berserk. That was good.
Yeah.
remember
Well, the only
pictures
place that
of
I
that.
found it is
From what I saw of it.
the only place that I've been able to find it is if you do a search for do a search, you'll find it. If you want to, you'll find it. And if I can make a quick address to a friend of mine in the chat, Mr. Speaker for the Dead. Yes, sir. You know who I am. We live in the same state.
I get a kick out of it every time he does that. Oh,
Well, I've been practicing it for a while because I've been watching this, for this month, focusing on Halloween and the scarier side or the horror. I get accused of saying horror instead of horror. Whatever. This
very
by
similar.
far out of
I mean,
yeah. Well, the horror of it all, the horror of it all. Yeah, close enough. But
Yeah.
yeah, Brian, it's me. You can always text me, man. As far as as far as the shows that I did put together, a top 5 show and then a top 5 movie shows, mixing some old with the new. I've seen all the old stuff, and while it's good, there's just something about Hellsing Ultimate that just sets it apart from everything else. The manga wasn't very long; it was only 10 volumes, and Ultimate follows the manga pretty, very close compared to what they were doing back in 2001. But it was done in 2006, 2007. And just everything about it just oozes coolness, just oozes that European feel of horror. Because most of the stuff that happened always took place there, whether it be Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, etc. They're all European myths. So to have a show set in Great Britain with one of the protectors of Great Britain and the Queen and the Church of England being the Hellsing organization, having to deal with the Iscariots from the Holy Roman Empire, so you're dealing with Roman Catholics, and then facing up against the demons of the damned and having the ultimate demon of the damned
So it even
be
has,
at your beck and call, be
yeah,
your
it feels-
ace card.
It almost feels real because it had real world parallels. Because basically, if you look at it from a realistic standpoint, it's basically
Oh yeah,
its own, like
yeah, it's good.
power of the Roman
There was-
Catholic Church back then was over.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely, most definitely worth watching, and it is on Hulu and it is on Funimation. And of course, it's also available in Tortuga if you know where to look and all that. My suggestion, and I do highly, as I said, I can't sing the praises of this show enough. And since it came out and finished, it's just only gotten more popular over time. It's one of those shows that had to be a slow burn, because it wasn't as big as it should have been. And I said it was only just 10 volumes long for the manga. It is, in my estimation, as good as most any other horror film produced by Hollywood from the 70s or 80s. And we're talking about going up against things like, The Exorcist, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. I think it's just as good, if not better than all those, because it's not strictly dealing with the hackers and the slashers. You're dealing with everything from the damned.
Yeah.
So,
that
said,
pretty
that's
much
me.
Covers it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be your favorite Hellsing Ultimate?
Yes, Hellsing Ultimate. Hellsing Ultimate is very good, and if you get the chance to watch it, here's what I would suggest: watch the first 2 episodes of Ultimate, then go to the original Hellsing to fill in some of the gaps. And as I said, there's only 13 episodes in it, and 6 of them were filler episodes or episodes that don't really follow the manga, but it does provide a little extra insight and a little different insight into some of the other characters, especially Ceres Victoria. She she starts off as there's a picture that was sent to me. I got to find it because it perfectly illustrates how Alucard, her master, feels about her. Let me see if I can find it. So go on for just a moment while I do a search.
that, I'll just move on to Raquel. What would you say your favorite anime is? If you were stranded
Hmm.
on an island and you could pick one anime to watch, what would it be?
One anime to watch. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I know. It sucks, but yeah, we're gonna flow
Um,
with it.
I'll have to choose One Piece.
One Piece.
Yes.
One Piece is
It's
really good. Luffy,
yeah, it is. It's like, you know,
Luffy's something else.
I
I
mean,
like. He's
if I'm gonna
really
be stuck on an
vibrant.
island, why not read about pirates?
Good
Arg,
point.
indeed.
She does have a
He's,
good point.
he does have one of those types of. He's really vibrant, really animated, and really stretchy.
Very stretchy.
And apparently
Very
that even
stretchy.
applies to his stomach. Cause
Oh
boy, can
dear.
that dude.
Oh yeah, Luffy can
Luffy
really
can
chow
put
down.
down the food.
I can tell you this. He reminds me of Vegeta.
Really? How?
Vegeta can
Because
eat too.
Vegeta could eat as well.
It's like I've seen jokes in like anime communities where they'd say who's the bigger eater, Vegeta or Luffy, and it'd be big arguments like back and forth.
Yeah. But I'm just saying he reminds me of Vegeta.
I think Luffy reminds more of Goku.
Well,
Yeah, I always thought
I
Goku
guess you
was a
could say
bigger
both.
eater, but
Yeah, both.
Well, it's their saying stomach, so
yeah, it must be hard
makes sense.
to feed a Saiyan. Just saying,
Yeah,
no pun intended. I swear.
I got that fun.
Chris, what is your favorite?
My most favorite?
Stranded on an island, one anime to watch. Favorite.
Inuyasha. You should know me.
Oh yeah, but they don't. Yeah, I mean it's
I've
pretty much
watched
practically in
Inuyasha
her
for a
name.
very, very long time.
Yeah, it's practically in your name. I should have guessed, but I figured I'd let you tell. It says, favorite. I really like to have just one.
I agree with Lady Miss there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have several.
yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to. I have several favorites as well. It's hard to choose one.
Inuyasha, I've been watching since I was a kid.
Mine's kind of a toss up. It's either Cowboy Bebop or Dead Man Wonderland. Like both are really good animes. Both have solid soundtracks.
Definitely.
It's just even though
I can get
Dead
behind
Man,
those statements.
Dead Man Wonderland. Who is that?
Oh,
All right.
a lot of feedback.
Somebody try to mute. Let's see who that is. Oh, I think it was Inner. Yep, it's you. It's you, Inner Chris.
Oh man.
That's you. Anyway, sorry about the technical. I deeply apologize. Hopefully I didn't perforate his ear.
I had to
But,
take my headphones off for a second.
Yeah. I had to my ear for a second too. But anyway, now I forgot what I was saying.
You were talking
Something
about
about,
the Bebop and the other show.
Oh yeah, it's between
We're talking about
Cowboy Bebop.
Inuyasha.
Dead Man. Oh yeah, even though Dead Man Wonderland kind of fell flat near the end, I still love it. And it only had like one season. I like it checks all the boxes for me. Like good dialogue. It's got it's got sexual references, it's got violence, it's got blood. It's got blood by the tons. It's just a good solid anime. Even though it kind of, like I said, the end kind of fell flat, but I love it. If I had a movie, the anime I could watch over and over again, it would probably be either Cowboy Bebop or Dead Man Wonderland. But since I only have to do one, I'm going with Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is way up there for me.
Most excellent choice.
Although that, just to give you guys an idea for those who didn't watch Dead Wonderland, the opening theme kind of reminds me of Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. It's kind of like the progression of the song actually has that Linkin Park kind of vibe. I mean, vocal wise. Even the vocal technicality is kind of just like Chester before he does all the big screamy sustains and stuff. But we're just talking about his singing. And that's why I say even the soundtrack is just solid. Has anyone heard of
Has anyone
Android?
heard of Android
Kaider?
Kaider? Yes, I have seen that anime. I think it's the same creator or slash artist from Cyborg 009.
Now that's
I
one
have
that I can
not.
say I've never heard of.
Yeah, I have this one. This one has escaped my radar, and yeah, I have to. Did you get that fixed, Chris? Did it pop out and pop back in to fix that, or how's it sounding? Are you there?
Does that sound a lot better?
Ah, yes.
Oh
that's
yes,
good.
there.
Sorry
we go.
about that, guys. I was taking
That's-
my case off my phone.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd probably help. Cases are weird. Like
Yeah,
That's
plus
they
my
just, especially when
AirPods
they
were
pop
dying.
because it holds the heat in.
yep. Heat trappers.
And StreamYard will just make a battery just practically heat up. And
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember
StreamYards is very hard on a phone.
Yeah, I remember.
plus my
Yes.
headset was dying, so I had to
Yeah.
change to my Pro Gamer headset instead.
AirPods are a pain in the ass. I love my AirPods, but
Yeah.
when they decide to take a shit on you, they won't hesitate to do so.
They won't hesitate to drain.
Yep.
I have
But,
a pair of knockoffs.
Oh yeah. No, I've got some of the real ones, but even they when they work. But their biggest problem that I found is that the microphones on them like to go. So the headset
Yeah.
will still play properly, but the mics won't work.
Plus, I
Son
heard
of
they're
a-
a ticking time bomb. Bomb.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, son of a red shirt, and says, "You guys like movies like Porco Rosso, Howl's Moving Castle, or is that a little dated for us?"
I like
Oh.
House Moving Castle.
No, that's not dated
Like-
at all.
Everything
Ah,
Studio Ghibli is
Studio
gold.
Ghibli.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Princess
about to say.
Mononoke, Castle in the Sky, Totoro.
Princess
Mononoke.
Mononoke.
Mhm.
Yes.
I have not seen Spirited Away yet.
I have.
I have to get to that movie.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of good stuff they've done. But
I think and Chris, Butterflies and I watched together.
We did. At my mom's.
My favorite Ghibli film is Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yes, that's a good one. My
Kiki.
kids
That
love
is. That's a very good one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that one because into that one, like an accident, and about it until I really started digging into Kier.
There's actually another one that
know.
I remember. Ponyo.
Oh,
Yep.
good
That's another good one.
one. The Cat Returns.
Because after
Oh, that's a
like
good one too.
Mhm.
after interview with the power, I started to look into Kirsten Dunst. She did, like Spider-Man, and then I started, and then she did. It was, what was it? Was it Bring It On for?
Yep, she was in Bring It On, the first
Yeah.
one, the original,
Yeah,
where
the
a
first
thumb
Bring It
tried to
On.
go into a very opportune place, if you catch the drift.
Yeah,
Couldn't pull that crap off in this
I
day and
think-
age, now could you? Oh. But I found the pictures that I wanted to share. If
yeah,
you're-
I kind of
yes.
popped
Go
them
for
up
it.
there.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah,
On the left,
Alucard.
you have Alucard, and on the right, Father Paladin Alexander Anderson of the Iscariot organization. That dude is one scary mofo.
Ugh.
You know,
He
they're
even
both.
gives me the creeps.
Okay,
Oh, they
I'm
both do.
drawing parallels here. Father Anderson
Yep.
draws parallels to Neo, aka Mr. Anderson.
Except unlike Mr. Anderson, this guy is a full. You want to talk about a Catholic zealot? If you've ever
Oh, yeah.
worked with one, known one,
Without a doubt.
this guy takes basically he's a pacifist, except for when it comes to heathens and armies of the damned, in which case he's all extremely bloodthirsty for him. His character, as much as I love Alucard, Father Anderson is damn good too. Holy cow.
I'm not really. I'm
Oh
not
gosh, that's creepy.
Really,
That is very
I'd like him
creepy,
to-
am I right?
Yes, yeah, he
Yeah, then it's good.
everything that they do with the eyes with them wearing glasses is always very creepy. As you'll
I know.
notice with Alucard, his are always red because his eyes are red. Whereas Father Anderson, he's a human, but he is what's known as a regenerator. He is basically he can't die, basically.
Why does
he
that
can-
remind me of Resident Evil?
Oh yes.
Oh,
And he likes to use bayonets. That's his weapons.
Of course.
I'm not familiar with the Van Helsing anime. I just started on episode 1 a couple days ago, and I don't know if you guys have watched the live action movie with Hugh Jackman.
I have.
Oh yeah, I've
What
seen
do
it.
you what do you think about it compared to the anime, Incas?
Well, I haven't watched the
compares
anime
to
yet.
the anime.
Mm,
I think it's
I need to watch the
a
anime.
representation
me too.
of. I don't think it's even a
I actually
representation
have
of the anime.
The
I think they
movie.
just tried to do something of their own and
Yeah. Right.
real actually an anime, and they just kind of crept with it. Although,
So-
what's her name in that was what's her name? Kate Beckinsale, was it? Laws, yes. Man,
So-
that spells Kate. Laws, yes.
So here's the phrase that goes around: "Get that bitch a cannon." Bitches love cannons. And well, there's another one
Yeah.
of
Ah!
a
Oh,
better one.
Yeah,
Now this one is from the original Hellsing.
How
There's
about the
the
what if parallel? The Father Anderson meets Dungai. There.
and there's Ceres Victoria. You want to talk about a tertiary character that can hold her own and deal with cannons, and of course
Now,
Sir Integra.
now that's a badass female.
Okay, you want to know what his guns are? He uses a 10-inch barreled 454 Kazul and a 10-inch barreled 13 millimeter gun that uses blessed silver to take out the damned.
really?
And Ceres Victoria with her big ass 30 millimeter cannon, her anti-personnel cannon. That
Damn.
thing's about twice as long as she is. Hence why when he says get that bitch a cannon, that's what he's talking about. Because no other trooper in their service can carry that gun. And Ceres Victoria Harkonnen, who needs missiles when you have a semi-automatic 30 millimeter cannon and a strong vampire girl to wield it?
Wait, she's the she looked. Hold on a minute. She looked human in those pictures.
That's because she started out human.
Oh, so she was
But-
turned into a vampire. Okay.
Well, in this particular realm, there are only certain ways that a person can be turned into a vampire, at least in the mythos. You have to be a virgin. So she happens to be on a police force in a place where her squad gets taken out and being hunted by a priest that's a vampire. And Alucard gives her a choice. And she chooses life. Well, the life that she's given is one as basically Alucard's understudy. And at first she struggles with the whole concept of being strong, stronger, superior, but she struggles with blood. Until she embraces it. Once she embraces it, holy shit, look out. You don't want to be on her bad side. Because
Yeah,
she will utterly and completely f you
What do you
up.
think of these? What do you think of these titles that
Akira, Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, I can't pronounce that right.
Yeah,
I
me
can't
neither.
either.
Urosaki Doji. Yeah.
Close enough.
Urotsuki Doji. Yeah, let's see. Well, that was going to bring me to something that I had teased in the green room. My list, my extensive list of shows that everyone should see. I'll go ahead and I'll share it. I'll share one of them with
Yeah,
you.
go
'Cause I
ahead.
think they're good.
Go ahead and go over that list if you really want.
Ta-da. Let's start with movies from the
Oh,
80s and from the 90s. Okay, I've got it shared, so go ahead and bring it up.
Oh, you got this.
Just so you know, I wasn't
Same
born in the
file.
80s.
Well, most of these didn't get localized here till the 90s. So, number 1 on the 80s list is Akira. You want to talk about a show that one of those that influenced everything that came after? That's one of them. Fist of the North Star, that's another. Vampire Hunter D, that one is the OG horror movie. Pat Labor, if you like if you like bitches with cannons, then you'll love cops with fully bipedal mechanized armored vehicles. Then of course,
Oh,
Go-
speaking of bitches with can of Bubblegum Crisis.
yep, Bubblegum Crisis. I absolutely love Masamune and his work, and Dominion Tank Police and the new Dominion Tank Police. They don't get enough love. They are so damn good. Of course, Demon
So-
City Shinjuku, Project Echo, Appleseed,
Overrated.
another Masamune special. Now, number 7. This one, it's technically from the 80s, but it's a compilation of sorts from a show from the 70s. Yeah, Ninja Science, Team Gotchaman. Gotchaman's good. But the Adieu Galaxy Express 999, that one is one that will tug at the heartstrings. That one is completely opposite, polar opposite of all these other ones on here. But all of these from the 80s, these are must see, in my opinion. Now, for you 90s kids, which is where most of my exposure came from this, Ghost in the Shell. By far, no question. Yep. Ninja Scroll, same deal. Macros Plus, Macros, Battletech, you gotta watch them all. They're all great. Now I have a few on here that are
Robotech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Macros Plus being Robotech for us, of course the Robotech was, cut a little differently, shrunk down a little bit. They're fun. I love the Robotech intro. What other intro gets you jazzed up to wanna fly a ship off of a carrier? Yeah. The Galaxy Express 999 is different, and they may be French, but I don't think the French animated it.
I don't think they
I'd-
did.
I'd have to double check, but that's one that I love.
I think it was contracted out by Japan.
Yeah, that would be one of those that would explain
I'm
it.
looking
That would
into,
explain the
for
story
sure.
arc to it. But the 90s, they had the second Pat Labor movie, Queen Bee for Golgo 13, Bubblegum Crash, the new Dominion Tank Police, all of the Fatal Fury movies. They're so good. Now, from the 90s, I have some on here that you may have never heard of or may have only seen once. But Armitage 3, either the full
Oh, I
4-episode
love Armitage.
OVA or Polymatrix, both are great.
Armitage
Iria.
is
Mhm.
great. Anything Armitage is great.
Iria, Zerum the animation. It's only 6 long, but it's also really good. I really like it. 8-Man After, perfect collection. If you know anything about 8-Man from its history, it's an older series. The After collection, the Perfect Collection, was really good too. And then I
My
have a
My
soft.
dad used to watch
Mhm.
Astro Boy. My dad used to
Yeah.
watch.
I have a soft spot for Tenchi. But Tenchi, it's one of those. I never knew the term for it until recently, but now that I know the term, it fits it. It's a harem show. You've got Tenchi, this kid from Japan, who's, depending upon which continuity you want to go with, he's important. But then you get space babes, space pirate Ryoko, Oh, I love Ryoko. She is so. Oh, she
Okay.
is so good. But anyways,
doesn't like Ryoko?
oh yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love Ryoko? But anything Tenchi Muyo, whether it's the OVA, which if you get a chance to see it, go see it. It's on Funimation. It really is good. Watch the OVA first.
Also on it was also on me back in the day.
Yeah, I'll have to. Oh, I can never remember. Yeah, Ryoko, Sasami. Then there's the two police gals, the one that's a complete buffoon, and then there's Ryoko's quote unquote mother. I can see. I can see. This is the shits about getting older. I can see them, and I know them, but I can't put the name to them just like that anymore. It sucks.
Did it?
But here's my final word on Tenchi. Go watch the OVA. It's one of the few shows that started off as an original video animation and then sprung forth from there and was very successful. Typically, it's typically normally manga first, anime second. But every once in a while, you'll get one that's in a reverse, and this is one of them. Now, Rujin Z. Have any of you heard of that one?
No.
Okay. It's basically a story about an old guy. The Japanese society right now, they have their median age is very old. It's like 65 plus. This show tackles what to do to help the elderly. So it revolves around an old guy who's in bed and his nursing staff, who is basically given a military prototype artificial intelligence chip that gets put into his bed. What could possibly go wrong? This was on years and years and years ago on Sci-Fi Channel's Festival of Animation, and I absolutely adore it. It's hilarious. It's a one-off, but it's well worth finding and well worth watching. And Parrot Head, yes, Lupin the Third. See all of them. They're all great. All of them. Every single one of them.
Lupin the Third.
Lupin or Lupin?
I think it's Lupin or Lupin. I want to say Lupin, but he's a French, supposedly a descendant of a very famous French thief. But that's another great set of series and movies and shows and all that. Now, the last one that I haven't touched on.
Remember Rurouni?
What was that?
No.
Rurouni Kenshin? Yes, I've seen that anime. Been a long while.
Yeah.
That's one I've never heard of.
It's been a while for me too. It's been a while for me too.
Now, this last one. Have any of you heard of Mad Bull?
No.
No.
Okay.
Mad what?
When Ghost in the Shell came out originally, its DVD release had a preview for Manga Home Video Entertainment's lineup of initial shows that they had access to that they were localizing and bringing over. Mad Bull 34 is from 91. And it centers around an 18-year-old Japanese-American whiz kid who joins the New York City police force. So this takes place in New York City during the bad times. And we're talking about this is a full-on show that shows how the Japanese, or at least this studio, thought about New York City at the time and its level of hyper ultra violence, which it was. It was a violent time. But he gets partnered up with a guy who is known to everybody as Mad Bull. This is another one of those shows that if you did have it, it was stashed in with your father's naughty tape collection. Let's put it that way. You want to talk about running the gamut.
Too, which was with Queen's Blade.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out there again. What was that?
Am I? Hold on.
Yeah, you're cutting out again.
Mm.
Pop out real quick and pop back in.
But anyways, ladies, this is one of those that if you are going to watch, you can find it. It is on YouTube. It is unedited, and it's all 4 episodes together. But I'm going to warn you right now. It has a level of violence and a violence towards females that can be difficult. So if you choose to watch it, I give you fair warning. Now, having said that, it's funny as shit at times. Oh, it's an interesting take on how they thought of us at that time. And the best part is everything, as far as like the writing, it's all in English because it is set in New York City.
That's good to know.
And of course, the voice acting, the dubbing of it, is atrocious.
Oh boy.
But at that time, what wasn't atrocious? So, looking on it now, yeah, it's bad, but it's one of those so bad it's good, so good it's bad. It's delightfully evil. So, but yes, it is, the full thing is on YouTube. Oh, shockingly, a lot of those from the 80s are actually on YouTube in their entirety. So now that you've seen the list, I remember crying free, man.
There he goes.
Now that you've seen the list, what's everybody's thoughts on this list?
I would
Is
say
that-
incredible.
Pretty good.
Or is that your?
Yeah, that's my 80s and 90s list. That's just all the old stuff. Yeah, that's all the old stuff that I've seen that I know pretty well inside and out. And a lot of these, you can definitely still see some of their influence today.
I actually thought of 2 other animes that just popped into my head. Black Blood Brothers and Dance in the Vampire Bund.
Ooh.
What was that last one again?
And Vampire
Dance in
Bund.
the Vampire Bund.
I thought you said Dance in the Vampire Butt. My hearing has gone to shit. What the hell?
Okay.
Your voice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Esther
Little John,
hasn't
what-
busted out laughing so hard yet.
Little John, how the hell did you get in? Who the hell let you in here? Fuck this. I'm calling my
Oh,
agent.
yes. But anyways, every single one of those are ones that I would recommend to see. And as I said, most of those from the 80s are available on YouTube. A lot of these are either going to be on High Dive or on Funimation. Don't do Crunchyroll. That was something that I was going to do, was start going through all these different services that exist as far as, the quality of what they have, how much of it they have, the various options. And in my opinion, the worst out of all of them from those standpoints is Crunchyroll. By far.
Nah, I
I
used
can
to have
tell you
Crunchyroll.
this, I don't have to go anywhere to watch Inuyasha. I have them all.
That's right. Physical collection is the way to go if you can do it. But if you're
Physical media.
a poor old man like myself, I'm in the process of trying to sell my place. So all of my stuff is put away. And I've only just recently started doing the fun side of YouTube. So I don't have anything in the background that I can show off, collectibles or, mugs from people that I buy mugs from, that I subscribe to, things of that nature. I don't have any of that. But when I do get my own place again, and I have a room where I can isolate myself from the rest of the family, from the kids, because fortunately right now my kids are not here. Otherwise they'd be clickety clacketing away playing friggin' Roblox on their computers that are literally arm's length away from me.
Oh boy.
Oh, that sounds.
Once I do have my place, I am gonna go full on collector mode for anything and everything physical. Whether it be manga. Mhm. Go ahead, Darth Aster.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
was so
I'm rambling.
I was so bad about physical media that I
Can't hear you, Darth.
again. I was so bad about physical media that my ex used to call me a hoarder, and I'm like, I bet. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a hoarder. But you know what? There's a difference. There's a difference between collecting and hoarding. Collecting, you're proud of what you have. You want to display what you have. You are more than happy to have a whole shelf of vinyl, a whole shelf of manga books, I can never remember the damn term for a collection of comics. Hold on.
know.
I always called it a collection.
Graphic novels. There we go.
No, I think there's a difference between graphic novels. Seriously.
Well, my understanding with most graphic novels is they tend to be, at least with American comic books, they tend to be a compilation of them, or just like a one-off, like like the Dark Knight Returns or the Killing Joke. Those are the ones that I'm aware of. And DJ Bito, if I can use my name in any way to bring about change, then I will say, "Let's go, Brandon."
I even made it about that. I said Brandons of the world are celebrating all over the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
Oh
Because
yes, we
of
are.
this thing, even not really them
Yeah, it's
per se, but you get the idea.
I just had a cat meowing at me from
See,
the hallway.
even the cat agrees. Even the cat agrees.
Well, you've seen the video out there of some thing starting to talk. Her cat's on her lap. The cat's minding its business. Then she starts spouting off, "My pronouns are," and as soon as she did that, the cat looked at her and said, "What the fuck?" and smacked her in the face.
I saw that video.
Yep.
I believe one of our friends says like a clip or something, and every time I see it, I'm like, "Yeah, you go, cat!"
Exactly. And now that I think about it, I actually do have a few other things to share. Now, I know that with vid clips we have to be careful, but fortunately what I have, I was able to show and I didn't have a problem initially, but if we do it right, it'll be good. What say you? Would you like me to share a video clip?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let me find it here. Here we go.
And while you're doing that, later, Geeks with Cash.
There we go. I'll share this. Well, damn it. I want to do the audio because we want to talk about a show that does audio justice. This is one of them. You know what? I'll just share my whole damn screen. There we go. I need to get a second monitor. That's what I really truly need to do. That'll solve 3/4 of my problems. Now, this is from the original 90s, or early, 2001 Hellsing. What do you think so far?
I like it.
I like
And
it.
just to make sure you could hear it. I'm not, just not playing back in my
Oh, yeah.
ears.
I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
That beat.
All right, here we go. Let's
Yeah, the
continue
beat's
this.
jazzy.
Yeah, it's it's just one of those that's just right in line with like Bebop or with Trigun. Their openers, the openers can make or break you, and this one helped make it. Now,
Yeah, I kind of like the
If-
aesthetic they went for here.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just really kind of black and white and kind of feel to it, and
yeah,
it definitely sets the tone because black and white, good versus evil,
yep.
kind of
Well,
vibe.
the one thing with this in this world, the vampires, if they don't kill you outright, they can turn you into basically more or less a controlled spawn. And depending upon the vampire and how powerful they are, they can either turn them just into mindless ghouls, or they can have them retain some of their capabilities. And in the second episode of Ultimate, you see that put into place. You see that used. Let me continue this here. Now that is Integra Helsing. She is in charge of the Helsing organization. For whatever reason, they call her Sir Integra. I think it has to deal with the fact of her family going back to Van Helsing and the original Dracula. Just calling him that. But you want to talk about strong females who don't take no shit? She's it.
Yep,
Yes.
that is in a nutshell.
Yes, definitely in a nutshell. Yeah, and throughout the show, you learn a little more about Alucard, and I know to show you how dense I am of certain things. I never put two and two together what Alucard actually is, as far as the name structure. It's just Dracula
Yeah,
backwards.
Yeah, it's just Dracula spelled backwards.
Hmm.
Yep. So,
Castlevania helped me figure that one out, and that predates.
yeah,
Hellsing.
Hmm.
Oh, let's see. They introduced Alucard in Castlevania 3.
yep. Castlevania 3, 1990, 91, I believe.
I need to watch the I think it's
Yeah.
third season of Castlevania on Netflix.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it later.
I've watched through season 2, but I haven't seen the others because of let's call it philosophical differences that I have with crap flicks and their pushing of a certain type of movie that
Something that rhymes with certain movie that rhymes with booties.
exactly. But here's the even better part. As much as they say, "Oh, we stand behind all the stuff we release," that's fine and dandy if they want to take that. They suppressed the shit out of that show. Unless you typed it in perfectly, you couldn't find it. So they blacklisted on their own platform a show that they paid for.
Touched it. You went
well,
on
just-
so, and I'm pretty sure if you probably watched it, they probably have you on sort of watch list.
As they should, because it's yeah. I'm surprised that well, no, nothing surprises me in this day and age with them. But yeah. So anyways, let's finish this up if we can without getting shut down here. Here we go.
Like the black dog aesthetic
Well, the
Kinda
black
reminds
dog
me
is actually
of an old
familiar.
legend around here.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of another anime.
What else does it remind you of?
Well, that black dog reminds me of a familiar in, I think it's called Ancient Mage Bride, I think.
I was gonna say there's an old West Virginia urban legend about a black that runs upon highways and sometimes
Yeah.
makes drivers swerve and crash to their deaths.
Yeah, that's actually true.
There's one I found
black
called the
dog with red
Ancient
eyes.
Magus Bride.
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, that yeah. That sounds familiar.
Oh yeah. I do have one other video clip to show you from Helsing Ultimate. It's titled "The Most Epic Entrance Ever." If you're interested in that.
Sounds interesting to me.
All
Go
right.
for it.
Well, it's shared.
Let's see what you got. Go ahead and at least get off the StreamYard screen.
All right, here we go.
What? Because I'm pretty sure we got to talk. We're going to get copyright claim or something.
Let me back that up just a smidge.
Ooh, I like his look.
Oh my gosh.
See the guns?
They are different. I noticed that.
Yes. Yeah, they are.
Mm.
It's basically like The Witcher. One of them is for slaying humans. The other one is for slaying demons. But I can tell you as a person that lives in a state where the Second Amendment is not only protected but is encouraged. Guns like that would cost a friggin' fortune and would be a bitch to shoot.
Got a point
bet.
there.
But damn, they would be a lot of fun to shoot. A 454 casual in and of itself is a monster slug. Have you ever shot a 45 ACP or a 45 long Colt?
Isn't that
I've never shot a
like an
gun
elephant
before.
gun?
Me
It's
neither.
like an elephant gun. But
Yeah, well, a 50 cal handgun is what Deadpool used in the movies. Browning, was it a Browning 50? I can't remember, but anyways, to get a 50 cal or a 50 round, you have to have a big heavy gun. The amount of powder, the amount of charge in that, if you're not careful, it's enough to screw up your arm really bad.
Basically,
But-
blow your arm off.
Yeah, it really mess you up. But both of these being 10-inch barreled, they're basically the same length of barrel as a submachine gun type of weapon. So something that heavily charged with something that has a projectile end that big on it being twisted around through a 10-inch barrel, you'll not only get massive velocity and maximum impact from it, but you could get distance out of it too. But both of those are badass weapons. But yeah, this is this is a scene where shit's about to get real, basically. So yeah, not to give too much away, but one of the in Hellsing Ultimate, one of the ultimate sets of bad guys is basically the Lost Brigade or the Last Brigade. I think that's the name. But that's why you see the bad guy from World War II symbols on here. Then, of course, you have the armies of the Roman Catholic Church and the Iscariot organization. Funny though that they're wearing hoods.
And wasn't, yeah, and wasn't part of the German World War II guy organization part of that part of this anime, part of the Thule Society?
Of the what again?
Thule Society.
Ooh,
Gathering.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure.
I've only gotten through the 4th episode of this, but as it even only 4 episodes
Yeah.
in, I absolutely friggin' love it. But
Yeah,
I'll have
but,
to watch it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. To do with the Thule Society because we're tasked with gathering occult type objects to make a super of sorts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that sounds right. But let's continue this on here because you'll like this. You'll really like this. Superhero landing, superhero landing. Oh, it's a supervillain landing. Never mind.
What are you doing here?
Creepy.
Oh yeah, that's later. There, I'll have to find. No, how did I do that? Now I remember. Back before my channel got yeeted, one of the shows I did with Snow Dub Music and Entertainment at the beginning of the month did revolve around Hellsing, and I showed from episode 3 a meeting that Integra has with the leader of the Iscariots of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, and with this particular group, as I said, they abhor violence except against heathens. So basically, anybody that's not Roman Catholic is a heathen, worthy of extermination and divine judgment, etc., or a demon of the damned. Well, he had the nerve to call Integra a sow. And after he did that, Alucard pops out of the wall and says, "A sow? You call my master a sow and expect to live?" Then he calls in. Yeah, then he calls in Father Anderson and he comes walking and he's starting to recite Old Testament, fire and brimstone scriptures while he's walking up, and the two get right up in each other's faces and start laughing. Oh yes. Oh yeah. It's so good.
It kind of almost feels like being Lando on Cloud City.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
a
where
way.
is that? Oh, I need to find that again. Because that was too good to not show again. There it is. Of course, I got it. There we go. So I'll share my screen one more time, and then I think I'm good from that. Just a second here.
So I got a question while you show this.
Yes.
Is your channel completely gone?
Yes. They basically did to me again what happened about a month ago. Instead of, giving me either like a warning, copyright strike, or take down videos, they just completely shit canned me. And their reasoning is that my sins were so egregious that they had to completely delete everything. Now, the last time this happened, I was able to rally the troops, submitted appeals, and they came back and said, yeah, your channel didn't violate any of these things, and restored me, and I had no nothings. Same damn thing. Same type of email, same thing again. Now, what I understand about this kind of takedown is it's not something that's triggered, let's say, by the system, like when you upload a video and it says, hey, your video is not eligible, or it's not going to be shown in certain countries, or none of that crap. Or them coming back on a live stream and saying, hey, your show can't be monetized because of this, or we had to take it down because of a video claim. It was just a straight up deletion of my whole account for the second time. It's like, so Buzz Lightyear, we meet again for the last time type of deal. Nope, haven't gone into any of that stuff, and for the most part, as I said, on my channel, I keep things myself pretty PG, at least for myself. And I'll show pictures, but the stuff that we've touched is not nothing extreme, and I know the type of extreme stuff that's out there. I haven't touched any of that. So for them to claim that I was either spamming, scamming, or putting out deceitful content, that's all the type of stuff that they're taking down all the political people for, which, horse shit to begin with. But to do it to me, just a dude behind an avatar, talking about anime with somebody else once a week, live stream for an hour, and then just basic video uploads, is complete and utter horseshit. So, I
have to heartily agree with you. That is just total BS.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's an abuse of the
Absolutely.
system.
Yeah.
It is blatantly.
And unfortunately, YouTube allows it. They're so reliant upon their automated systems that when abuses like this happen, they're not able to stop it or to be more aware of it or more conscious of it. So, as the last time, it took 2 days to get it fixed, but that was during the beginning of the week. And as far as my content sauce, it was basically just what we're doing
This is
now.
what he does.
Yeah. And I would, if my video got taken down,
colorful, basically,
yeah,
except for a little less colorful language.
yeah. As I said, I never know when my wife or kids are gonna pop in and watch. So for myself, I always kept myself in check on the PG level, or doing with the John Wayne swearing. So hell, damn, bitch, bastard, ass, That's it. You know, I never dropped an F-bomb on any of the shows that I did. Now, my guests, I would allow them to do it, but once they knew that I kept it to that level, they would match. So yeah, it's basically just someone that had a royal hard on for me and wanted to fuck me in the ass, and they've succeeded twice now. But like the Phoenix, I will rise. The question becomes, in what form or what fashion,
or when.
or when. So yeah, it's yeah, it is
It's
what it is.
just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Now, I do want to touch just real quick. You know, you can see what I've brought up here: Hellsing Ultimate, Alucard, Evil Laugh. A lot of the old dubs were terrible. I don't make bones about it, but I love them, and I love the English dubs, especially now that I'm older, because I can't see as good as I used to, and I would say this as a general statement. Everybody's attention span's gone to shit because of phones, because of Twitter, because of YouTube, because of all of it. It's so much harder to sit down and watch a show intently. And for me, it's hard to be able to do it with subtitles. There's absolutely nothing against those that can. I absolutely love the original dubs with the subtitles. I love them. But I have, for the most part, I have to do stuff in English. Having said that, there are certain shows that the English dub is superior. This is one of them. Along with Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is known as the one that even the Japanese will say, you know, that dub there? Yeah, that's pretty good. Dio versus Alucard. Death battle. Oh, that would have been cool. And actually, just to go off topic just real quick, I know I'm rambling here, but have any of you seen the 30th anniversary animated music video for Hellraiser from Ozzy?
No.
No.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
30 years ago, Ozzy had an album come out that had Zakk Wylde playing the guitar. It had the song called Hellraiser. It's a damn good song. That whole album is great. A year or two later, Lemmy Kilmister and Motorhead covered it. Well, you know, God rest his soul, Lemmy's dead. Ozzy is fairly close to death. They decided to combine the original song, the original playback that Zakk Wylde and company did, but incorporated Ozzy and Lemmy into the song, and the music video is fucking wicked. Holy shit, it's so good. Oh.
Serious?
Dead serious. It is so good. If you go to Ozzy's official, if you go to his official channel, it's there.
Like, that sounds great. Like,
oh, it is. And if you get the chance, listen to Ozzy's version, then listen to Motorhead's version, then listen to the combined.
Nice. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like do that like comparison.
Oh yes. But let me enlarge this here. And we'll actually minimize that, put that up, kill that. And let's play.
Get rid of us and let's play it.
Are you having fun, Alucard? War should be fun after all. So sing the battle hymn, Alucard, and watch as my works unfold.
Now, in the show, Alucard had gone up against the Third Reich and up against his division and thought that they wiped him out over, at least in the show, 50 years ago. Well, there's the one lost battalion. There's always been rumors about a super secret group of Schnazis that escaped and were waiting. And one of the shows was Nazis on the Moon. Whereas with this, it's Nazis and Zeppelins.
And that's kind of they say that was part of the Thule Society.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Hunting down holy and arcane relics for the war effort. But that's another dark period in history.
That it is. That it is, but oh yes. Yes, the No More Tears album. That's what it's on. The first song is Mr. Tinker Train. Oh, that is that's one of my more favorite Ozzy albums. And Ozzy can be hit or miss, but No More Tears, was it that album? I gotta double check
I
now.
always like that song Devil's Daughter.
Yep, No More Tears. That's the album it was on. And the first song was Mr. Tinker Train. But Hellraiser was more or less a throwaway type song, but it's really good. Oh yes. So Darth Haster, I definitely appreciate you having me on tonight. I definitely needed I needed this, and
I figured you did too, with everything happening and all.
yeah. But as I said, I've got people that I trust that have been helping me with a few things, and we're strategizing. We're gonna figure it out, and one way or the other, something's gonna happen.
In her corner.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody who had subbed to my channel, and if I'm able to get it back, I'll throw out the clarion call and shout it from the rooftop again. But if I have to start over, I'm going to do it. Absolutely, right. I will do it. I'll probably have to rebrand a little bit, but
how long have I been talking about trying to get you on here? It's been like
a week or two.
It's been I think it's been more than that because I've been mentioning it in chat too.
Yeah, I think it has been longer.
At least a good.
Yeah,
I think I've been trying to get you on all my.
There we go.
But it's good to finally have you on.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I've
been under these circumstances, but I'm glad to have you.
Oh yeah. Well, anytime that you want me to come on, just let me know. And some Saturdays are better than others. I try to reserve my streaming days, because if I overdo it, I start feeling like crap because I'm spending too much time in front of the computer, or my wife or the kids start getting pissed at me because like, you're ignoring us. Stop doing that.
Yeah, a lot too. But that's neither here nor there at this point. Raquel and Chris, do you have any closing thoughts or recommendations for anybody who probably isn't interested in anime to recommend?
Something to start with.
Yeah, like a starter anime.
I try to go off my head here. There's just so much.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
I've got one, but I'll wait. I've talked a lot. Go ahead.
You know, you go. I'm trying to
You
wrap
go
my
ahead,
head.
dude.
I'm trying
Okay.
to wrap my head
Actually-
around.
I'll find something real quick. You two go ahead first, and I'll let you know when I'm ready.
You know, I would recommend Yu Yu Hakusho. If you like fighting and paranormal stuff, start with that.
Or Dragon Ball Z.
Or Dragon
Mhm.
Ball Z, yeah. I would say Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, but I would start with Dragon Ball first, then Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I've always liked Dragon Ball. Funny thing about Dragon Ball, they actually made a Nintendo game of the Dragon Ball storyline, but I didn't know it was a Dragon Ball game because of horrible translation errors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta love the old
Turned into-
days.
Yeah, it made the
What
that's
the
what
what?
it was called over here.
What? Wait, say that again?
Yeah.
Broke up on us.
Yeah.
The original title.
Blah, 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 what?
Are you kidding me? It was called Dragon Power.
Dragon Power?
Oh. Dragon Power! No!
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Yeah, it was actually a Bandai.
I can't believe you get this much of interference with a Blue Yeti mic.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. She thinks that it
That
costs
is
like
ridiculous.
$80, $90.
Jeez.
Really,
Which one do you have?
Yeah. the Nano.
Okay. One thing that I've learned with some of these mics, try plugging it into a USB hub and then the hub into the computer. For some reason, that tends to fix certain things. But if you're still having problems after that, get a warranty job on that sucker. That should not be like that. I'm
What?
using a Yeti X, and it's the best mic I've had. It's still not what I want to end
Or-
with, but it's better.
Or just go, find some gaming headphones that has a mic with it.
That's what I have.
That's what I'm using right now.
The only problem that I've run in with them is especially if it's wireless, they just never have. There's always something off with it, or at least when I listen to myself on playback, I can't stand it. But then again, I'm weird like that when it
Well,
goes
these
to.
are not,
That's what I-
these are not
that's what I usually-
wireless.
Neither are these.
That's-
These are
that's what I-
wired.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do. I usually wear like a gaming headset on my head. Let's see. See?
Yeah.
Gaming headset.
Yeah, I use a set of Logitech Pro X, and I've got. I actually want to get the Yeti Blue Pop Ice for it because that's supposed to be really good for these wired guys. But I've got my Yeti X Warcraft edition that I was able to get on sale from a Best Buy for only $100. These things are normally $200, but I like it. It's the best mic I've had, but it's still not where I'm going to end. What I eventually want to get is a full XLR mic and then have an external sound processor, but that's expensive shit. But as far as what I would recommend to start with, and I know I'm
And
probably going to get
speaking of
crashed for it.
starters,
Yes.
the starter anime you'd recommend? Alucard?
Pika, 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 pika,
Pokemon!
Oh,
And
wow,
here's
that's a good
why.
impression.
If you have kids, this is as safe of a show that you can watch with them while still having some fun. This is another one of those that's been on for forever and a day, but even I like the original 99 ones. I like the older ones. They're fun.
I know, right?
They're fun.
Oh no.
No one ever was.
Theme song.
To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Oh my god.
And then you move up. Then you move up to
Searching
Cowboy
for
Bebop.
and why?
Cowboy Bebop, yeah.
North quit.
Yeah, move up to the Bebop. Then move up to Kenshiro. Move up to D. And then end
on up.
with Helsing.
Don't forget
Yeah.
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. See, I always thought that was a chick.
Nope.
No.
It's a
that's
male.
I know it is now, but on first cursory,
It's the
glance-
robes, the whole
Yeah, it,
It's the
that-
robes.
Japan.
Yeah, it
thing.
threw me off.
Yeah.
It threw me off bad.
Yeah. The reason why my avatar is a female is, well, my name. Inuchris.
Exactly.
Right.
It's actually my nickname. Right, Darth?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's what she said.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Ah.
Oh no.
Like, for once, I like to hear that's what he said.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well,
That
there's
is what I
just
said.
only one problem with that.
What?
It would be
what's
like,
that?
well, if that was what he said, it would be like, oh, and I'm done. See you, ladies. Am I
That's
wrong
funny.
in my assessment?
Well, I don't think he's wrong on that.
Oh,
Alright.
make me a sandwich. I know
That's
I'm
what
I'm
he
pulling
said.
out all the tropes, but you know, there's an old
It
saying.
is what it is.
There's an old saying when it goes to stereotypes and slippery slopes. There's a reason they exist. It's because more often than not, and definitely more often than we care to admit, they're right. Just saying.
That's what I keep always saying. Even
Yeah.
Foxworthy had it right. True stuff is the fun
Mhm.
stuff. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
on
fun
the,
times. But
I think does anybody have a channel they want to plug or anything before we roll out of here?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Let me give you the floor here.
All right. Yeah. On Thursdays, I do Funhouse Shenanigans. Just me and my friends, talking, whatever comes to mind and stuff. And you can also find me on, Twitter and stuff like that. And let's see, this tomorrow, if anyone wants, I'll be doing a watch party of either Friday the 13th or the Halloween movie.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
how do we find you on Twitter?
On Twitter, hold on, let me get the link.
There you are.
Oh, you have it?
Well, assuming that your avatar is the same and assuming that the name is close to the same, I believe so, and followed.
Well, let me just. Oh, I'm just gonna put the
All
link.
right. You ready?
Let's see. I'm gonna put the link in the private chat for you.
Yep, that's you.
Yep.
All right. Well, you just got another follower.
Oh, thank you. And here is, my YouTube channel.
There we go. Click the link. Oh, maybe. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you have now been followed on the YouTubes with my alt channel.
Awesome.
Hopefully, we'll get it back. But well, for those that don't know, I go by the name of Golgo13 with Golgo13's Anime 101. Until my channel gets restored, or if it never gets restored, I do have a backup channel, but I'm not quite yet ready to devote to it. So for tonight, I am Alucard. You can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is currently Golgo13_BW. I'm easy enough to find. It's not too hard. But I do follow back, and I do say hi every once in a while. And I do come on to fun streams and start talking things that I'd love to talk about, and which I've been accused of talking too much about. In which case tonight, it is anime.
No, you. No.
We had fun with you, dude.
Gonna say, you were gonna say.
Okay, I'm good.
You talk too much on this stream. I'm like, nah.
But I have been accused of talking too much.
No, dude.
You know,
Yeah, you're fine.
You're passionate and very
fine, dude.
knowledgeable at what you love, and I respect that.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate you having me here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to do it.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. And
You know I don't have no.
No. Okay.
No.
I thought I'd do. I couldn't quite remember proper. Sorry.
It's fine.
No Twitter.
Nope.
I don't blame you. If it wasn't for the fact that Twitter was still the best way to network with people, I wouldn't have it, and I despise about 90% of it. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, Twitter's a dumpster fire.
Constant, non-stop shit show.
Definitely.
It is an eldritch nightmare.
The worst kind of eldritch nightmare.
Yep.
You know, the ones where everybody's gone insane. You're the only sane person left on the face of the planet. That's what.
That's what.
That's what Twitter.
Here we
That's what Twitter. What?
Here we
Looks
go
like.
again.
That's what Twitter looks like.
Are we gonna play charades the whole night?
I like tacos and anime. I like to eat.
Fun times.
What? No. What the what now?
Never mind. Everybody, stay awesome. Stay safe. Stay eldritch.
Thanks for having me on, Darth Haster.
Yes,
fun.
thank you.
Everybody
you.
on the panel. Everybody. Play. You're all awesome. Stay awesome. Stay safe. Stay up. Good things wherever you are in this world. Have a great one.
And happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
And what she's.